Hello and welcome back. How are you all doing, folks? I hope you're all well and safe and staying healthy out there. Welcome back to this week's class. So we're going to start off just with a quick intro. I twisted my ankle earlier, so we're going to do our warm-up slightly differently today. You're going to take your the high energy bit, the warm-up bit from one of the other videos. I want you to watch one of the other videos and do the first section from that today, and then we'll press pause, come back here, press play from here on in, and then we will do our stretches. I hope everyone's ready, right? So I'm going to slow things down a little bit more today. We're going to look at the routine we were trying last week, the little top rock section that finished in the little thinker pose. So we are going to continue from there. I've got a new little section for us to try, so hopefully you've got space to do that. Is everybody ready? Alright, make sure you get yourself fully warmed up and ready to try this. So today we'll be doing some little bits of with using a knee spin and some rolling threads and things like that. So if you want to have a little practice of them in your warm-up as well, just to kind of refresh your memory, do that. But we'll talk about that when we come to it in this video too. Alright, everyone ready? Here we go. Alright, so I'm just going to go straight to the stretches, remember. Please make sure you've done your warm-up, stay safe. Otherwise you injure yourself like I did. I actually hurt it doing my warm-up just before this video, so watch out. Alright, be careful. Here we go. So now that we've warmed up, we're going to start with just some gentle stretches. We're just going to take the arms in a nice big circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Alright, we're just going to open and close. We're just stretching it down. Make sure you've got plenty of space and then you're not going to bump into anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you're tapping your shoulders around the back. 7, 8. Here we go. We go arms out to the side and small circles with the fingers. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice one. Alright, so we're going to take the hands on the shoulders, elbows out, and we're going to do big circles with the elbows. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm feeling that in your shoulders. I hope you're feeling a bit more loose in the shoulders. We're going to take your arm and just do a little stretch there. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Alright, we're just going to take your arms back. Nice little quick stretch as wide as we can. Nice cross in front and fingertips together. We're just going to stretch the palms forward and really push those arms out as far as you can. And push out the back, so you're curving your back, curving your hand. Stretch. Excellent. Just trail on that side in case you're seeing it the other way around. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to do the same to the top. Turn your palms to the ceiling. You can see that in this kind of hand all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze in those arms. 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. And fingers behind the back. Same again, coming up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Keep those legs straight. 7, 8, and we're going to go knee up. Grab your knee. And we're just going to hold it there. And grab your toe, and we're just going to pull the knees together and stretch. toes, stretch it as much as you can. And then we're going to swap legs, here we go. Cool. Grab the toe and pull it back, knees together. And the last part, we're just going to grab hold of the toe, stretch the leg out forward or to the side if you prefer. Hold it there. Woo. Try not to wobble. And then we're going to put that down. Excellent. Alright, taking your knee, we're going to draw a little circle around like that. And one on each side. Like so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you've got plenty of space for this next one. Have a look around. Same idea, draw a circle with your toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back the way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're just going to take the arms out to the side and big stretch to the side. All the way up to that little corner there in the ceiling. Go. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. Big stretch. So we're going to stretch forward. Turn around so you can see. Sending the hips back. Arms out straight. Arms to the ears, like so. And then we're going to lower the arms to the floor. Just get your fingertips on the floor. Slowly see if you can walk that down. Get your hands on the floor if you can. If your feet are out, should be easy. I'm just going to walk forward and walk back. Wake up the wrists a little bit. And then we'll try the same again. Stretching forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and together. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to move on to lunges. Sorry, we cough today. It's not the COVID, right? Here we go. Just stretching forward, frog in my throat. You're right there, pal. It's happening. No excuses, no limits. Keep going. And swap sides. Aye, whatever. Keep going. And hands on the floor. So we're stretching forward. Alright, let's see if we get the elbows to the floor. Back stretch. Cool. Alright, swap sides. You with me? So we're going to reach up and over. Let's see if we get to those toes. Give it a big stretch. And we're going to spin to the side. A big stretch over here. And we're going to take one arm and stretch it all the way up and reach up. Straight body, straight arms, straight arms. Let's get that nice, strong shape. And then we're going to swap sides. And we're going to sit there again. We're going to swing the legs to the front. And we're just going to go straddle. If you can slide that out there. And get that a bigger stretch and go again. Try not to let your feet come in. Keep them upright, there we go. So what you do is shake the legs gently. And bring them in, give them a wee shake. Alright, quick circle for the ankle, we don't want to twist your ankle. At the other side. Alright, let's give your wrists a little stretch. And swap your sides. Let's get those fingers all stretched and ready to rock. Alright, so I'm hoping everyone's feeling stretched. Feel free to press pause. As I say, I'm just doing a slightly shorter one today just to kind of give my ankle a bit of a chance to recover. So, if you've got any more stretches to do, press pause now. Did you do it? I don't know. Did I have no idea. Right, so are you back? Cool. Unpause. Here we go. So we're gonna I hope from last week you remember what we were calling this little pose, the inspiration for it. Maybe you had a chance to Google it and look up. If not, do it now or later or whenever. Or don't. It's called the Thinker. It's a famous statue. I'll not tell you all the details, you can learn about that yourself later on, the Thinker. Anyway, so we hit that pose last week. So I've got my front knee up, my back knee on the floor, and I've kind of got this square shape here, and I'm just going to lean forward, and I kind of got my elbow on the knee here, so it's my opposite elbow, a bit like a freeze, but like the baby freeze. The opposite elbow is now twisting around the front. And this back one's just kind of going on my hip like that. Okay. Alright, so that's kind of what the final pose was last week. So we're going to continue from there and add on a small section. Alright, so I hope you've got all your space ready, cleared, and we're going to continue. Alright, so it's not a huge amount to add today, but it's quite complicated how it all fits together. So as usual, pay attention and it'll be easy as pie. So here we go. I think I'm just going to start from here, right? So if you don't recognise any of this, that's because you didn't watch last week's video. Go get it watched and come back. Right, anyway, so here we are. And, sorry folks, he's giving me a bad influence. So we're here. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to add on a little pose or a pause, alright? So we're going to be here for a couple of counts. 1, 2, just so that everyone can see the shape nice and clearly, alright? And then what we're going to do is we're going to fall backwards carefully. And we're going to have our hand out. I'm going to turn this to the side in a second so you can see what I'm actually doing, in case you can't really see from the front. So I'm going to fall backwards and I'm going to land and I'm going to kick out my legs into that shape. And then as I kick them back again, I'm going to push off my hand and come back to where I was. Does that make sense? So we're going to kind of fall out of it, hit a freeze, and then rewind and come back to here. So let me just show you a bit faster so it'll go. Did you see that? So I'm going to turn it sideways now so you can see what it looks like this way around. So I've got this hand here, I'm going to fall that way. This hand is getting ready to catch me. Here, I put my hip down, and then I'm almost kind of sitting now, and from there I can kick my legs out and lean onto my elbow here, and as I kick my legs back, pushing off my elbow, sitting up, push off my hand and back to this position. Does that make sense? So, hand down, lean out, kick, swing it in, get that knee ready so you can come up onto it here, pause. So, you want to make sure that that foot is behind your knee like this here, so that as you sit up you're kind of able to take that position and balance here. Does that make sense? So let's just rewind to here. So we're going to fall backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? Cool. Alright, so if you remember from last week, we got into this little section beforehand from a bottom spin, quick, or half a bottom spin, to here, right? So what we're going to do is just rewind a little bit further and go to the section that brings us to the floor for the first time. So let's go back and remember where we were. No, okay, so hold on. Alright, so we get to here, right? We come away from and we go 1, 2. So we start heading to the floor from here. Sorry, I've got a bit muddled up there. So we're here. From this pose or position, the arms are back. From this shape here, kind of leave the arms behind as we fall, right? Make sure you've got your foot ready to catch you. Opposite elbow and knee, a little bit like the last move. We're here, right? So this is the bit from last week. We spin towards the back, put both knees down together. It's almost like the beginnings of a W freeze. And then we're going to lift this knee here. And then we're going to take the front foot and swing it underneath for a kind of under the knee coffee grinder, if that makes sense. A fake coffee grinder where we sit down, and when we arrive in the half splits we go stop, alright, punch, walk, whatever you want to call it. And that's where we continued last week to the wee freeze. So should we try it from there, folks? Alright. So I'm just going to start it from here, right? So let's start from here, that's probably easier, on the floor, right? So I've got the arms out behind you, I've got my front leg facing the front, is up, opposite elbow, and hands are back like that. So it's my same arm. So I've just come down from here. Alright, so we twist to the back, and put the knee down, and then we're going to lift this knee. And then we start swinging the front leg, so we need to keep your weight on the back knee. Hand down here, swing. Once we get to here, we're going to lift this knee and we go under, keep it going like so, bosh. Alright, next up we roll onto your stomach, so we're going to kick this leg back the way, stomachs, turn over, and we're going to bring the feet out into straddle position, and we hit the floor this time and bounce up. And then we bounce down, kick in this leg here, this way. We start a bottom spin, and as we come to the front, we're just pushing off your hand, off your hip, and into the little thinker pose we've just been talking about. Alright, so that's how we got to here as a wee recap from last week if you've just come in from this video. Okay, so let's have a wee quick look at that again. We'll start from here. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to spin to here, swing the leg under, bosh, slide your leg back, knees up, turn over, kicking out the legs, bosh, up, down, kick and spin, and then quickly pull in to the pose, alright? So once you're doing the spin, if you pull your legs in really small, it helps you there to just be able to turn over and get into this shape. Does that make sense? Rather than having your legs all the way out here and then you've got to find a way to get them underneath you. Does that make sense? So try and keep it all nice and small. Alright, once more from here. Alright, here we go. 5, 6. Are you ready? Knees to the back. Keep it going smooth. Spin underneath and slap. We kick the leg back. Roll over, straddle, and bosh, bosh, bosh. Thinker. So we're going to go hold 1, 2, and so let's just continue from here. We're going to fall back the way as we tried earlier. I'll try and pivot it a little. Does that help? I don't know. So we're going to fall back, hand ready, onto the hip, kick out. Now see how I've got my legs off the floor here. I'm actually leaning right on my hip. So the next bit's nice and smooth and I'm not dragging my feet or anything on the floor. So I'm leaning back, just keeping my legs a little bit off the floor there. So as I swing it back, I'm going to get right onto this knee straight away, if that makes sense. So we go kick, and then I can push off and land back here. Alright, here we go, once more from the, here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, alright, and we go, spin, 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 freeze, turn over, reach up, and down, oh, sorry, boom, down, around, and freeze, and hold, and fall, and up. Alright, one last time. Should we try it a little bit faster? Here we go. So, front leg is the one with the knee up, the one facing the front. Arms are back, opposite elbow. You got the idea. So we're here, and are we ready? Spin into the back. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go right. Hold, 2, and fall, and up. Alright, so next bit goes like this. Using the idea of this backwards coffee grinder underneath, we're going to do one more of those, alright, for that we just did over here. So let's just move it. We've got back to here, so swinging the front leg, keep it out off the floor if you can, straighten that leg out, keep it up off the floor, lift the knee, so almost like a press up here, underneath, pull it in if you need to, underneath, back on the knee, and we're here in a half splits position, alright? So let's rewind that again, boom. So again, we'll try it from the fall back, kick out, here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, fall, back, kick, and freeze, and underneath to here. Alright, so next bit we're going to do is something we looked at, I think last week or the week before in the other video. We were talking about the idea of a fake backspin. One of these. So we're going to use the idea of that, the beginning of it, to get us started for this next wee strange manoeuvre. Shall we call it that? So we're going to go, now instead of rolling back around onto my back like I would, I'm going to quickly go here and then push off my hand and try and, as I hop onto here, do this. Does that make sense? So careful as you do that, right? Now it might help to try and bring this knee in a little bit to make it a bit easier to bring it round, like that. Alright, give that a go. I'll give you a wee moment to practice that, alright? So I've arrived here. So if you need to, and that little hop into it is confusing, we're just getting a little bit stuck at the moment, we can just swing around, step, swing up, step. Does that make sense? And we'll separate it into two parts. How about that? Alright, so just to show you from the second one of these, so we go, and we're going to arrive here and M freeze, alright? So if you can catch it here, that would be great. If you need to put your hand down like I just did, that's fine too, alright? We're going to turn it over like this in a moment, alright? So as long as you've got your hands ready to keep you from falling, that's all that matters at the moment. Cool. Should we try it from? Nice. Are you with me? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we ready? And go. Turn, spin, under, slap, push, up, down, spin, and get ready, knee, pose, hold it, 2, falling back, and kick, and up, and coffee grinder thing underneath, and then fake back spin, hoppy knee, thing to M freeze, thing. You know what I mean? So we're going to do that all the way from, are you ready? How's it going? Is that, do you want to take a quick pause? You can do that just now, hit pause, have a wee go, practice that a little bit over and over again, and you can come back in a moment. Alright, grab a wee drink if you need it. I'm going to do that. Alright, so shall we continue? So let's start from here, so we'll go right back to the, let's start from here. Alright, you with me? Moving you a bit all over the place, sorry about this. So here we go, to here, spin into the back, are ready, and go. Alrighty. Should we try it again? One more time. Here we go, very last time, and then we'll add on the next wee chunk. So, nice. Knee up, elbow, arms, ready? 5, 6, 7, spin to the back. Twist. Knee up, under, roll, and feet out, and pulse. Hold it, 2, fall, and back. Nice. Alrighty, so we'll take that wee section, have a wee practice of that, roll it over a few times till it makes some sense. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, just to kind of get everything flowing from one piece into the other as usual. So feel free to hit pause, and then we'll add on the next wee section in a minute, right? Doing well, folks. This is a wee strange one. So, shall we continue? Alright, so I'm just going to go, I may as well just go from here. Since we've been practicing it from here, just to keep us used to it. At the end of this, once I show you all where it goes next, there's a wee bit more to go. We'll try and add on the top rock section, the standing bit from last week as well, and do the whole thing all together. So don't worry, we won't just start from here. I'm just keeping you right on this floor bit. So here we go. Ready to spin to the back. 5, 6. Look at the fingers, man. Get that pose. And we go. Yes, y'all. Alright, so can I show you the next bit? We kind of hinted at it earlier, right? So I'm going to put this hand down now. If it's down here, that's fine. We'll lift it up, a bit like the Zulu spin or the M spin. And we're going to go to here now. Instead of turning all the way over like usual, we're going to stop here, and your leg is going to spin instead. It's going to hook in behind the knee here, right? So, just arrived here, we're going to turn over, stop, leg continues around, stop. So if you can circle it out behind you before you hook the foot in behind the knee, that would be cool. And then we're going to lower down like a knee drop, exactly like a knee drop, till this toe here hits the floor, alright? And once we've got that, we're going to lean back. I'm going to try and sit on the back hip, alright? So we're going to lean back till we're in a sitting position, just kind of cross legs. We're going to lean right back, so we'll go down on the elbow here, and then we're going to do a little bit like earlier on, split the legs, kick. And we're going to grab that foot when we do it as well, and we're just going to strike a little freeze here, alright? So, we were just here. So we turn over, keep the leg going when the body stops, and it hooks in and then it drops the knee like a knee drop. As soon as the knee hits, we're going to push off your hands, lean back, sit on the back hip, and kick it. Yeah? Nice. Looking fresh, y'all. So we're going to try and do all that, make it look stylish in a wee minute. So we're going to add all that together. Are we ready? Here, we'll do it nice and slowly, alright? Just so you can keep up and follow all this, all the different directions I'm going. Oh, hope it's making sense in the camera. Can you see me? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and spin. Up. Hand goes here, under. Freeze when the leg arrives. Kick that back. Knees up. Kick out the legs. Bosh. straight up and down, and then kick in the leg. See, I've got the knee bent here, so I'm just going to push off my hip and twist that to here. Hold it 1 and 2. Boom. Now go for that little underneath again. Sitting down. Crunk to here. Now we turn over. Keep the leg going. Hook behind the knee. Drop that knee. Push off the hands. Sit back down. Keep going to the back, getting ready to kick out this top leg. Grab the foot. Here. Freeze. So just as that's all unfolding, we're going to catch that foot, hit the elbow, catch. Nice. Yeah. Feel. Falling back to the kick out. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fall back to kick out. Alright, turn it over. Keep the legs circling round. Hook. Push it down, push off the hands, lean back, sit down, lean back, freeze. Yeah, so there's only a tiny bit more. Shall we do that in a wee moment? From the beginning of this bit, before we add on the beginning, whatever, right, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, from here. Are you ready? 5, 6, to the back, turn around. Nice. Alright, I hope you see what I mean. Simple moves, but unusual way of getting there. So I hope that's making some sense. One more bit to add on. Do you mind just doing it now then? Might as well, right? We're already here. So we've just got to here, right? So we're going to hold that like the thinker pose up on the knee. This is a nice strong pose to be able to hold and catch the audience eye, or if you're dancing in a competition, check out your competition. Like so. So it's a wee sharp pause moment there. So make sure we catch that, make that nice and clear and clean. Now from there, what we're going to do is almost like the fake backspin idea we were talking about earlier. But we're going to try and keep hold of this foot or the toe a little bit if you can, and try and do the circle rather than from the foot, do it with your knee. So we're going to go round with your knee, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to roll into your back, and we're going to continue and roll in the front. So this, when you get on your back, let go, put the hand down, we're going to take the back hand now is going to come over and grab here for freeze. I hope that makes sense, right? Like that sort of idea, right? So we've just gone, see what I mean? So when I'm lying on my back, it's when I'm swapping hands and grabbing with the other foot to make that wee change, and I'm pulling the foot in onto a knee for another little freeze on this side. Really old school freeze. If you've been in the class for ages, you should know what that freeze is. We'll not bore you with the details today. Alright, so here. Now, I mentioned right at the beginning, before we started, to have a little junior warm-up, one of the moves to have a little practice with was some threads and rolling threads. So that's the next little piece that's going to finish up in a wee freeze to finish us off for this wee section today, right? We'll add on some more another time, but I hope you've got that little bit of threads in your head. So if you can't remember what is a thread, especially if you're new to town, you've never done these before, right? So threads, it's just like sewing, right? We've got your eye of the needle here. We're going to take something and put that through and thread, right? So you could take your leg and thread that through. If you were standing, we've done these in class loads, right? So these are all examples of threads, right? So we can do them here and here. We can also do them here And these are the nice ones that get used in amongst footwork quite a lot, right, when we're using floor work. Kicking through this little gap here, so we've got a nice little freeze shape, a bit like this one earlier, right? Boom, nice strong angles, triangle, 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 right? So you've got these shapes, right angles, so we've got nice big strong shapes, right? Angle, 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 angle. So it's like a bit of a, like a graffiti or a letter or something like that, right? So we go, we've got all these different angles we can look at, right? So where were we? I forgot angles. Should we go back to the beginning? Forget about the angles, I'm sure you get the idea. So we're going to go all the way through and then we're going to try and add on the last rolling thread section, and we'll add on that little piece that takes us into a freeze. Alright, so are we ready? Here we go. 5, 6, 7 and 8, spin to the back. Turn to the front. Swing the front leg around. Have your hands here, keep you balanced. And flat. And we roll onto your stomach. Roll over, feet out wide. Get ready to do the Bosch. And up and down. Get ready to pull in this leg and kick it round. Pull in this knee so we can go push. Hold it. 2. Now when you fall back, you might want to look at the audience, right? And come up. And then we go the fake coffee grinder underneath to the half splits. To here, we turn over, the leg turns around and hooks in behind the knee, and drop to knee drop. We should have everything solid here on the floor. We're just going to push off the hands, sit down, lean back, freeze. Alright, so we'll hold that for a moment and then we're going to go kick around, swapping hands as soon as we get to the back here. Boom, freeze. Alright, so the next bit is the thread now. A bit closer. I'll just move so you can see. Next bit's the thread. So I've got my hand here, opposite leg, foot, like I was showing you earlier, upstairs with my arms. I've got this circular shape. The leg is now the thread. If you've done these before, sorry for the over explanation, but it can never be too clear, right? And then we've got this here, little thread. So that's what we're going to add on next, right? So if you rewind to here for me for a moment. Are you ready? Cool. 5, 6, 7. So we start like the little fake back spin on your back, swap hands, catch. Now we bring that knee through, kick and thread. So from here we're going to kick that leg back the way and try and get this knee out the way a little bit so we can roll onto your stomach like that. We're going to keep hold of that toe, I'm just trying to point things out. And we're going to roll over onto your back. And once we get here, we have to move this way, make sure it's in the camera. Once you roll over and get to your back, we're going to finish the thread by coming through there and leaning back into a shoulder stand freeze like that. I hope that makes sense. Sure. If I show you from here, let me just show you a bit quicker so you can see what it looks like, and then it'll make more sense. So we go here, here, swap, thread, roll over, freeze. Did you see it? So, hope you can see all that in here, and he's no blocking my view. You don't have to move you in the way. Right, so, I hope that makes sense. Once more from here. So that's the last bit, that freeze there, so once we get to there and join all that together, that's it for this week. So, here we go. We've just arrived. Freeze. Swap. Kick through. Swing it back so we roll onto your stomach. Try and keep hold of your toe here so we get the full roll-in thread. Thread it through and push up into shoulder slide. Alright. So we're going to try it from here all the way to there a few times. Slow, medium, faster. And then let's try and see if we can add it on to the top rock bit from last week, if my brain will remember it. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, freeze. So we're going to go under, turn over, feet out, bosh, going up, down, spin, pose. Get that nice strong pose and fall back, have a wee check the audience. Push and freeze, and we swing your leg around and under. Half splits, circle, catch. Alright, that's a funny one to catch, so don't worry if you need both hands there. Turn over and hook, knee drop, lean back, sit down, freeze. Alright, hold it and we go over. Swap hands. Thread, kick around, and rolling thread. Freeze. I hope you've got enough space for all this. I seem to be using every inch I've got today, alright? So, here we go. From here, 5. If you don't have enough space, by the way, feel free to take something out or change something, just so it fits better for you, right? Sorry, I do have a tiny space, so I hope it kind of replicates what you're doing at home. But here we go. So, from here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, turn. A bit faster this time, just so we can start to get smooth with it. And kick around, and then do that pose. Hold that nice strong pose. Kick. Under. Circle. Jump. Turn over. Knee drop. Sit back. Freeze. Did you get it? Alright? So definitely a few wee tricky moments that you'll need to practice. Doing the rolling thread and pushing up and threading into the shoulder stand. That can be a bit of a funny one to catch if you're going too fast. And some of the other bits you saw me mess about with there and get wrong. So just take your time. I'm just kind of trying to keep it going here just so your video is not too long. But you're welcome to press rewind at any time and just check out and clear up anything you're not sure of. Alright, I hope it's all in there. Right, once from the very beginning, a bit faster. Are you ready? Here we go. Five, 6, 7, 8. We go, turn. Already, I hope you got that. Fumbling to get my foot through at the end right. I'm just trying to make sure you can see it quickly. Take your time with it though, no rush. Practice that. Alright, so I'm going to test you now. If you need to press pause, grab a drink, do whatever, do that. I'll be right here in a minute. We're just waiting for you. So, we'll try it with the top lock bit from last week, right? I'm just going to do the whole thing really slowly with the top lock bit. I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining it because it's all in the other video. If you need to figure that out, jump to the other video and check it out. But I'll do it a bit slowly so you can see. So we started up here and we were side on, kind of diagonal a little bit, kind of facing towards that corner. And we started with the front leg, doing these kicks, these kind of shuffle kicks. So we're doing 2 of those and then we step towards the front. I'm not going to do lots of explanation on this because you should have seen it in the last video, come on. Right, so here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then we go into everything we've done today. Yes, y'all, I hope that makes sense. So, that's what we're aiming to try and join all together eventually. Should we do it one more time? I'll do it a bit smoother, hopefully, try and get it a bit quicker this time so we can see a little bit more where we're aiming for. We'll add on more next week. So, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright y'all, I hope that made sense, right? Because it's hard to explain all that, right? So, we've done all the class there, I hope that makes sense. We'll try and join it all together. Practice the top block section, catch your breath. Practice the floor section we've done today. Work on all the little transitions, that's the bits that join one move to the other. Little in-betweeny bits. Fake backspin little sections like that, the little twists and the turns. They make it interesting. So it's not just the movement, it's the stops that also make this a kind of hip hop routine that will work well. So we're going to try and catch those little moments in the beat like that in the routine, right? So we've got those little moments like that. We'll try and keep those little still shapes for a tiny excuse me, a tiny little second so that you can see all those shapes nice and clearly as you go through all the fast movement. So we want fast, 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 stop, fast, 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 stop, smooth, catch. Does that make sense? So we see all the whole shape you're drawing out with your body and making it nice and clear, like the graffiti idea we were talking about earlier. I hope that makes sense. If it helps, think about something like that. Maybe you've got a pen in the air and you're drawing an imaginary dance. If that makes it easier for you when you're doing these things, try that out, right? It's something I use a lot. It helps keep it more fun and interesting, and you're not thinking just about the moves all the time. Otherwise, your brain melts, right? So try and have fun with it, right? See if you can figure out all the different little sections there. And that is it for this week. Try and catch that freeze. Now if you can get a better freeze out of that thread, I'd love to see that. Keep practicing and we will add on some more next time round. Stay safe. Peace out y'all. We'll catch you next time. Nice one.